I'm so sorry. We're gonna mix this up. I was trying to get it to work. As you can tell, I wasn't planning on doing a live stream today, but chaotically, this is what is happening. Well, you can see my whole little setup here. All apologies, internet. I'm very sun dependent, so I did not think the sun would set quite this early. But I wanted to make sure I brought you lovelies a stream today because I will not miss a week of This Week in Comics if I can help it. It has been an absolute madness today, but we've got comics to bag and board. We've got news to discuss. So many people have been so incredibly kind. It has been like an insane week. This ominous lighting. Let's try that. Maybe that's better. It has been an absolute insane week. I'm elated by the response that DC Studios Showcase has gotten so far. That's like staring into the sun. But if you're new to this page, I normally, in a more set up environment, have lots and lots of comics to discuss. I review all of my favorite comics from the week before, and I read about 50 to 60, sometimes 70 comics a week, and I try to bring you the 9 I think are most approachable as well as my favorite. So I make it a more approachable show to get people into comic shops as well as previewing that week's books, and I also bring you the news because that is usually the thing that's going to get people in the door is the news, and I know that. So what we're going to do first is find a place for this light, and it's not there. It's going to go back here. What we're going to do next is we're going to talk about the DCU kicking off. Unlike this live stream, which is kicking off about as rocky as it can, the DCU has kicked off magnificently, and we're going to discuss the corresponding show on Max, DC Studios Showcase, which I am so happy to be a part of. Try putting the light behind the laptop. If I put it behind, then the laptop will block it, I think. Like that. Let me see. You guys tell me. Tell me, is that better? Is that a thing? Now I'm ominously lit like this. You guys caught me live, and you get to see what it's like when I don't have a studio. When I have a studio, I can do my job. When I have to be every part of the job, I simply cannot. I'm not good at the social media and YouTube side of things. Man, oh man, this is some madness. I apologize to anyone watching this later, but even the phone, like the orientation, I didn't want to do a vertical live stream. I wanted to do a horizontal live stream, but here we are. Let's talk about Shepherd 52. You're goddamn right. Let's talk about Creature Commandos. Have you guys seen it? Let me know in the chat. Mainly wanted to get this to be a conversation about it. Obviously, I'm in a very comic-centric world. I'm around people that love and breathe comic books, so I really wanted to know. Now, if you're following me, you probably know comic books. You probably love that world too, which is why you're following me. But I wanted to know what the everyday, not in LA, not in entertainment industry person thought of the show. I really loved, personally, how the first episode felt very Gunn and felt very Task Force X, Task Force M, linear line, pathway, like a really approachable way to go insane in this universe. And then the next episode completely turned that on its head, making it like, where can this universe go? And it's infinite. And I really like how weird the universe has kicked off with these first 2 episodes. I also think that it is really interesting that we're using animation to kick off a universe that we know has lots and lots of mediums. We know that this universe with Dynamic Duo is going to have puppetry. We know that the next thing after Creature Commandos is live action with Superman. We know that we're getting more animated shows. We don't know from the announcement what's animated, what's live action. That's so exciting for me because there are elements of the show like a moment of a phone screen that's in live action. I'm really curious about the idea of what if it's all a blend of mediums and we get to live in a world that doesn't distinguish those? Like, the fact that there's live action in this animated show, I'm really excited to see what if there's animation sprinkled in, like, CGI. What if we get, I don't know, just the idea of mediums really intrigues me by kicking it off right here. People in the chat mentioning needle drops. I do want to give some love right off the bat, before the live stream even started. Samil Battenfield for the House Fund. Glad to see you doing big things. I very much appreciate that. Living in LA is one of the most expensive things someone can do. And I'm going to be honest, I had been thinking about, like, do I need, if I get YouTube to a decent point, to live in LA? And then the DC stuff cemented that your boy's here a while. I'm really excited. As long as that show's going, I definitely love this city but at an expensive place to buy a house. So now I got to figure out how to do that. So I very much appreciate that, Samil, right out the top. Hayden, congrats on almost 600 subs. Guys, we passed 38,000 on this page. I'm glad you guys like the chaos, because this is a testament to what the chaos can be. I genuinely, honestly wanted this horizontal again. I apologize. Vertical is what it's going to be. But this shows how well the team behind DC Studio Showcase are, because they make the professional lighting, sound, polish. Boy, oh boy, do I have a light shining in my face on a phone and a bit of chaos, a little different energy. I get to be the comic correspondent on DC Studio Showcase. The other big thing that happened in DC this week, obviously the DCU kicking off CREATURE COMMANDOs, which we're going to talk about more. I'm going to read these comments. I really, really love. But I gotta say, selfishly, I'm so excited as a comic fan that DC Studios wanted to have a platform to elevate all the mediums. And then even more selfishly, I'm so honored I get to be a part of it. I'm genuinely so flattered to have been thought of, to have been, brought into such an incredible team. It is insane how much everyone I've worked with over there loves this world. The trailer came out, so this isn't giving anything away, but in the first batch you're going to see, you saw in the trailer, Sean Gunn, Jim Lee, we've got one of the writers on Harley Quinn. It is insane that it is being seen as all of these ingredients matter, because that's how I see art. Like, movies are a combination of tens of thousands of people giving hundreds of thousands of hours. One of the things I like about movies is the mega collaboration. One of the things I like about comic books is it's kind of the inverse. It's, there's editors and there's lots of behind the scenes people, sure. But I love that in movies there's a lot of artist, writer, collaboration. You get a lot of their soul from two visions, and then people adapting that in the thousands. So, like Jim Lee, for example, I can't wait for you guys to see that episode, because like Jim Lee has been so formative to me for 25, 30 years, and he is such a large part of DC. I'm really excited for you to hear the Sean Gunn interview, because it is not just, him as a voice actor, but as a creative force. Like, his voice acting, he's playing like multiple important characters on one show, and what the difference between G.I. Robot is versus how you manifest Weasel, and it's really exciting to be with the official place to have like talent that is like officially getting to have these conversations. So it's really special, really different, really, really excited about it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. If you haven't seen it yet, it is live right now. It is up. It's going to be airing every other Friday. I made a whole video about it. My last video that wasn't a live was basically breaking it down, but I wanted to do a live today because it is up right now. If you go on Max, if you scroll through DC, there's the Penguin, there's the Batman, there's Creature Commandos, there's tons of classic Batman animated series, and there's also DC Studio Showcase. You can check it out on Max, but you can also, the next, I think it debuts there, and then hours later it comes on YouTube. You can also head to Max's YouTube, which I highly recommend as well, and you can see the entirety of the first episode. You can also stream it wherever you get your podcasts. It is something I'm impossibly proud of, and it's something that I've worked really hard for, and it's here. So I've kept it under wraps for a very long time. I am so excited it's out in the world. I'm so excited for episode 2 in 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm on HBO. Chris Bench, yes, I'm so excited. It is quite the thing. All right, so we'll talk more about that. We'll go to the comments in a bit, but I do want to I wanted to give it time for the comments to catch up to Creature Commandos. Thank you to all the kind words. Yes, Constantine, you caught it live. Just finished DC Showcase. Very good. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Ash, Showcase was great. Big fan of all 3 hosts after the first step. Yes, that makes me very, very happy. Koi's professional lighting, guys. Don't worry. Yes, you can tell. Look at all this. What if maybe I make it the bounce off the back. Maybe that's some lighting. Is that profesh? Look at that profesh. Let's see if that did something. Maybe that's lighting. I got Aurora lighting. I'm here for the chaos. Yo, Koi, what's up? We're here to listen to you talk, not to watch you go blind. Yeah, I'm doing me. I appreciate that. Creature Commandos loved it. Watched it at sick. They stand a vertical king. I appreciate that, Spidey Sensei. Love the first 2 episodes. Oozes James Gunn. First 2 episodes are growing on me. Like them, I saw them, but I'm in love with the characters. Great start to the DCU. Feel like these characters actually have some humanity and depth. I totally agree. One of the things I loved most was how completely enveloped in the world you are right away, and how amazing that is. I could not with the music in CC. It is very strong musical choices. I think it grows on you. I personally like Go Go Bordello, and like there's a band I love called World Inferno Friendship Society, which is very like Eastern Bloc ska. So it is less jarring to me, but I can see it growing on people. A weird start with James Gunn's new stuff. The moment I say animated James Gunn, I want to get my James Gunn. Oh, I mean, I think that's cheeky. If you're doing that much on a show and you're already canon in animation with Harley Quinn, I liked it. Congrats on the good news, Coy. Thank you, Della. I appreciate that. Couldn't watch it because Canada. Yeah, I'm sure the rollout, is going to be shifting as things go. People optimistic for the DCU. Phosphorus is my fave as far as but G.I. Robot is my all-time fave. I'm a huge Phosphorus and Rick Flag Sr. guy myself. Those are my two faves, I believe. Hayden loved the first two needle drops in those episodes. I like that didn't shy away from, hey, this is Suicide Squad Monsters, makes it more accessible for those who just watch TV movies. Hell yeah. Bro, the live-action photo with the phone backer blew my mind. Right? I feel like that's a thing. That's totally a thing. Yeah, we will see how things develop. Yeah, I love everyone's positivity in here. It makes me oh so very happy. Yeah, Shepard52, he did. He heard I was gonna leave LA, and he's like, oh no, you don't. And now we got a nice sweet thing happening that is purely LA and could only happen in LA, which I really love. This overall, I'm seeing a lot of like very high praise, which makes me very, very happy. Someone saying Harbour's voice threw them off personally. I think Harbour, as the show goes, you will fall madly in love with Harbour's performance is a highlight for me, personally. I usually read digitally, but I recently tried collecting physical books. Hell yes, Emil, that makes me very happy indeed. What DCU property am I most excited for? That is a hard question to answer because Superman is so important to me as a character, and I'm really excited to see a take that feels like how I see the character. So I think it'd have to be Superman, and then Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is one of my favorite comics of all time. It's one of my favorite DC books, period. So that's probably right there at second. But Green Lantern is, Kyle Rayner is my favorite Lantern, but the Lantern concept with that team below the line, that's really close right there at third. So there's a lot of great stuff that I'm losing my mind over. So it's really hard to say. Just got done watching the first step of the new podcast. Congrats, Coy. Thank you, Jason. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. I think I'm possibly going to go to CinemaCon this year. Coy, you going? I might go. It'll depend on how busy I am with all this stuff, but I do love CinemaCon, so I hope so. Coy Live at Barnes & Noble. Oh, that makes me so happy. I love Barnes & Noble. That makes me happy that you're getting so much intense amount of stuff at once. Congratulations, Coy. I can barely hear you. I figured what the wear in my phone is, so I'm trying to project. Yes, thank you all very, very much. I am going to now show you lovelies my favorite comics from last week. This might be a bit of a shorter episode, especially in the vertical aesthetic, because that was not the goal of the show. But while we're doing an episode, I do want to make sure I give you guys my favorite comics each and every week, and then we'll preview the comics that are out this week. We'll do some more live chat, and then we'll get on out of here, but I wanted to make sure we didn't miss a week of me giving you all my absolute favorite stuff that is currently on the shelves. As always, I will make sure I get each and every super chat without fail. I will never miss a super chat or stream live. I will absolutely do my damnedest to hit every live as well. Everyone in the stream, I am going to try to make sure I get to every single one of those. Tragedy has hit. My iPad is full. I need to, apparently my cloud isn't syncing, so I need to find my favorite comics of the week on here, and that is not a delay I was expecting. Today, pure chaos. You absolute lovelies, and for that I apologize. But luckily, I literally just made my favorite comics in a grid, so I can tell you them but not show you them. But the first one, conveniently, is right here. We've got Absolute Wonder Woman #2. I adored this book. I actually like it even more than the first issue. This is a great jumping on point for comic books. Absolute Wonder Woman is a brand new continuity, so it's only on the second issue into its entire continuity. Very good place to jump on, because you don't have to have read a comic before in your life. Just pick up issue 1 and now issue 2. Issue 2 goes deeper into the world of hell, of more of her and Steve Trevor. He gets teased at the very end of the first issue, and now that's, budding here. It's really great world building, really great take on Diana, really big fan of everything they're doing over at Absolute, especially this second issue. So, first book of the 9. My next favorite of last week, the week of November 24th, is going to be Batman Return of Silent Light, Night #1. Batman and Santa teamed up last year at Christmas, and it was awesome. This year, they've teamed up again for Batman Return to Silent Night, and it's just as awesome. It's really great to see Damian Wayne involved with the Santa lore. It's really funny, the whole world they're building. Overall, it is just pure joy. It is really fun when DC plays with the world of mythology, because they're myths and gods too, right? So it's like its own world building in its own very unique way. You know, I just realized I can speedily try to pull up these covers, because I do feel like it helps you guys. If you go to a comic store, the whole goal of this, even though I had pulled these before, so I'm going to try to get as speedy as I can, but the whole goal is so you guys can pop into comic stores and see the stuff I'm talking about. So it really helps if you can see these covers. The cover to the Batman and Silent Night is very distinct, because, you know, Batman and Santa Claus. As soon as I find that, we can move along, but it's going to drive me crazy if I don't do my damnedest to show y'all each and every one of these covers. What a chaotic stream today, you lovelies. I'm so glad it's the weekend. I need myself a Friday so very badly. Here we go. Okay, Batman, Santa Claus, Silent Night Returns, number 1. You're going to be looking for that cover. That right there is Santa teaming up with Batman, and it is glorious. My next book of the week is going to be the great Tom King. I talk about him all the time. He's one of my favorite writers. He is on a brand new number 1. Always a good jumping on point where you can find a number 1 of the character, especially a character you've heard of, might not know. And that is definitely Black Canary. She does not have as much solo stuff as she should. This Black Canary book is amazing. Black Canary, best of the best, number 1, brand new jumping on point. Framed around the fight of the century is her. I don't want to give away who she's fighting, but she's fighting an absolute badass. And it's her in a underdog fight, going toe-to-toe with a Titan. And it's really cool to see her in that format. And the way the book's written out of chronology, the way it plays with lore is pretty badass indeed. Next up, I was talking about Absolute being a good jumping on point. I also want to give some love to All In. DC All In is regular continuity, so the numbers are big. Like, this is Detective Comics 1091. But it's only the 3rd issue into All In. So you can only go back 3. So Batman 1089, 1090, 1091, and you're all caught up if you want to be. You can keep going back, but you only have to read those 3 issues with this new creative team of Taylor and Janin. This is the cover. It is incredible detective stuff. The art by Michael Janin is stunning. The writing by Tom Taylor. I really love his Nightwing. It's cool to see him writing Batman and how different those books are. Really great, approachable book. Really solid Batman stuff. I'm a big Batman fan, so I'm always excited to see writers I love like Taylor, artists I love like Janin, getting on main titles like Detective Comics. This, I believe, is the 1st issue in the All-In for Green Arrow. So it says 18, but it might as well be a number 1. This is Green Arrow number 18. Love this book. It is the 1st new era from the Emerald Archer. So brand new creative team, brand new arc. Feels more like classic Green Arrow. Feels a little more underdog, a little more ragtag. Yes, he's got his billions, but there's other elements to it. I like the family stuff, but sometimes there's a little too many arrows, so it's cool to see him kind of doing his own thing for a little bit. Really dug this issue. Next up is going to be an indie book from Image Comics. All of those first 5 were all from DC Comics, all pretty iconic DC characters. This is a more obscure indie book. It is called Grommets. This is Grommets number 6. This is from Rick Remender. This is a 7-issue series. This is issue 6. Grommets is a delight. It is an 80s skateboarding comic. It's a slice of life, chill hang of a comic book. It is, if you like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and you like 80s nostalgia, boy oh boy do I have a comic for you. It's called Grommets. It's also great because it's only 7 issues, so it's a very approachable read. We're going back to DC. We've got Justice League Unlimited number 1. Mark Waid and Dan Mora, 2 of the best doing it right now. Mark Waid is such an icon with all comic books. Dan Mora has quickly become one of my favorite new artists. This book is those, like, flexing. They're both flexing. I love this world where you go into the Justice League headquarters and kind of immerse yourself in what it'd be like to have that kind of super team, the dynamics, the logistics. It's a big, big book, and it feels great to be investing in that world. The penultimate of last week, also from DC, is going to be Superman number 20. This is some truly beautiful art. It is absolutely impactful. Dan Mora, again, same artist that was on Justice League, but he's illustrating Doomsday. So, big ol' issue, a Doomsday throwdown. Joss Williamson writing, who's also doing some great stuff on G.I. Joe over at Skybound Image. Fantastic book. Doomsday Brawl, really fun stuff. Time travel's interesting with Doomsday. And the final book of my top 9 from last week is going to be West Coast Avengers #1. This is a new book from Jerry Duggan, one of my favorite writers. It is finally bringing back the West Coast Avengers in a really fun way. I'm in LA. I love seeing LA reflected in comic books. I love seeing Iron Man in a different way, assembling a different kind of team. Ultron, we'll see how he does in here. Ultron's on the Avengers. We'll see what that looks like. But that is my favorite from last week as well. So we had Absolute Wonder Woman #2. We had Batman Silent Night Returns #1. Black Canary #1. Detective Comics #1091. Green Arrow #18, which is practically #1. Grommets #6, Justice League Unlimited #1, Superman #20, and West Coast Avengers #1. A lot, like I said, I always try to make it more approachable books, but these are also my favorites. So a lot of really good jumping on points, a lot of places you can get into the world of Superman, and I hope you find a book, whether it's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, but it's a really good time to be reading some Superman because it's got a movie coming out next year, if you guys hadn't heard. So hopefully some of those call to you. Again, I love that someone just saw the Barnes & Noble thing again. Let me make sure I get to these, then we'll do some previews of the comics coming out this week. The ones that dropped 2 days ago on Wednesday the 4th. We'll preview those in just a second. Let's see. Mel, NYC Reviews. I love seeing you in here. Koi, congratulations on reaching the next level. It couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That makes me very happy. It is such an honor to be talking about comics on a platform that isn't just my own. I thought it was an honor, at Real Rejects to have a platform with 1 million subscribers. Greg has always been like such a advocate for my work, and that was surreal to go to Real Rejects and start talking comics. That's been amazing. But then to have Real Rejects and HBO, 2 huge platforms, and then to have Max, streaming all this stuff, it's just crazy. You get to talk about comics everywhere. So thank you for the next level of Ultimate Black Panther #10. Highly recommend. Big old book that I also absolutely adored. Ultimate Spider-Man continues to just be insanely good. I could not recommend this. This was in my top 9 last week, so last week's video, as I bag and board to catch up, because I'm a few weeks behind bagging and boarding, but the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff is just next level all the time. So thank you for the love, Mel NYC. Ultron and the Avengers. What could go wrong? That is the question. Apparently my audio keeps getting high and then low. I do apologize. Today was thrown together, and it feels like it, and I apologize, but I really want to hang out with you guys. Robert Pruser, congrats on the new show. Loved the first ep. Thank you so very much, you guys. It is on this very platform. It is on YouTube. You guys can click over and see it on Max's YouTube. Leave a comment, have a conversation with other comic nerds. Talk comics over there. It is a beautiful thing. It is called DC Studio Showcase. It's also on Max, which is insane. I'm literally talking about Superman for all seasons on Max, somewhere my grandparents can click through. It's crazy. Thank you very, very much. Doe Eyes, can't stay long, but wanted to pop in and say congrats on the new gig. Keep crushing it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means the world to me. I really do appreciate it. Hayden Center, Coy, have a good weekend, man. Gotta go watch some Spider-Man cartoons. Get after it. Yes. While we're talking about great cartoons. X-Men. Uncanny X-Men got a reboot very recently post-Krakoa. It is incredible. This is issue 5. 6. Gail Simone is writing, who is an incredible Deadpool writer, great X-Men writer. The art has been very consistent, very great. Highly recommend the Uncanny Goodness. What computer did I get last weekend? That I have not set up yet, Mel. I got a 48 gig MacBook Pro, but they shipped me the wrong color. I wanted a black one, came in silver, so I had to decide if I want to spend the next 3 to 5 to 10 years with a computer that's the wrong color, in order to go through the stress of exchanging it, because it was from a warehouse at Costco, Costco warehouse deal Black Friday. It's a whole thing, you guys. But I got the 48 gig MacBook Pro, so that this kind of thing was hopefully not going to happen as often. And here we are. Chaos reigns. I hadn't had a new laptop since 2015. This is Greg's old laptop, and my laptop is a 2015 MacBook that can't even stream. So, I needed a new one. X-Men #6, the sister book to Uncanny X-Men, OG X-Men, and I really, really recommend this bit of beauty right here. Jed McKay writing it. The artist changed with this issue to Diaz. Not sure if we'll get Stegman back, but it's really good stuff. Robert Pruser, you always give an honest opinion. It's rare today. Thank you, man. I try to lean as positive as I can while still being honest. If I don't like something, I try to find positive in it, but I do always want to give you guys my honest opinion about the things, so I appreciate that very, very much. This Style So Serious is only like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's just mixed up. Like the comics in that pile and this pile are all from like 5 weeks. It's just they're miscellaneously from a couple weeks. Ultimate Spider-Man number 10. I read about 70 a week. I do about 30 in print, about 30 to 40 digital. So yeah, this isn't that many. I've been bagging and boarding with you guys for quite a while because I've got quite a few. G-Bag trades. I don't like reading in trade. I like reading in individual issues. Always have. I think I always will. Digitally, I'll read in a trade if I'm trying to. So when I say 40 to 70 comics, it's probably 40 to 50 new comics and then rereading 15, 20 books for whatever news broke or whatever I think is coming. So like I read 20 Creature Commando books for a couple weeks. Like I read Agents of Shade, I read DeMatteis's Creature Commandos, I read the new Dismulsion stuff. I reread quite a bit of books in addition to all the stuff, so it adds up to about 70. But those I would read digital on DC Universe Infinite, which is a great app for reading stuff. Even a month ago and older, they're killing it. Ultimates, this book has been incredible. This is issue 5. The last run of Amazing Spider-Man before it ended, a lot of throwdown brawls with John Romita Jr. art as Zeb Wells was leaving the book. Did I hear about Dollar Tree? No, I did not. I did not know Dollar Tree was selling comics. That makes me very happy. That's wicked cool. Been reading Fractions, Jimmy Olsen graphic, and Corvallis back to back. Both Chef's Kiss. Also brought King and Gerard's Batman. They're such a powerhouse team. Dude, Jordan Garza, you're reading like some of the greats right now. I'm a huge fan of what King, obviously with Batman. Corvallis is one of the most iconic recent runs. Gerard's is a friend of mine and an absolute demon on artwork. And I think Fractions Jimmy is what hopefully Skylar Gisondo, one of the things he reads to get into it. This is that Amazing Spider-Man. Actually, it's funny. This is issue 59, which is the new numbering. So it's Legacy 953. This is issue 950. So if you're looking at numbers, if you're collecting, it'd be issue 56. But if you're an all-time collector like I am, it'd be issue 950. So these big Legacy numbers help sort books when the numbering goes awry. Yeah. Comics, you guys. Comics. Since watching your channel for about a month, and now I have like 20 trades. Moving from digital to physical is amazing, so thank you. Gargaran, that makes me so happy, Gargaran. Oh, that fills me with joy. Hello, England, UK. Gargaran, dude, I love people buying comics. I love people supporting this industry. I love so much. I love that. Digital is a way to read comics. I'm a physical comic guy. So that makes me really, really happy indeed. Koi, when chaos reigns, we might all need to walk around with our own eye like a motor to neutralize it. Amen. And that is what the world has felt like for quite some time. Did you hear about the Dollar Tree selling comics? Talked about that. Hey, it's Douglas McKinney. I love that man. What a beautiful voice, beautiful family. What a wonderful fellow. Hi, Koi and Pawn. Also gotta watch DC Showcase later. Hell yes. I appreciate that very much. Koi, the DC commentator tomorrow, CEO of DC and Marvel. You know, I do not plan on stopping the hustle anytime soon. So yes, this is only the beginning, Rick Costa. I don't know what is the next step, but I'm gonna do everything I can to keep rising and loving these comics, however that works. The stack does get taller every week because I get more comics every week. Ultimate X-Men number 8. This is probably my least favorite of the new Ultimate books. I might stop collecting it physically because it's just I'm not in love with it. It's just a little too. It doesn't feel like X-Men. The pacing is not my thing, but it is still this Ultimate line that I love 90% of. But that book's the only one I might get out of. Montyverse, Jason Aaron is killing it between the Absolute Superman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles launch. Really impressed by Turtles. Yes. Totally agree. Cosign. Hell yes. On the spot, all-time favorite X-Men run. Claremont Burns run. From Phoenix through, like, when John Romita Jr. took over is an all-time run. It's incredible. The Shi'ar stuff, Days of Future Past is in there. Phoenix is in there. Some really, that run is an all-timer. A shorter one, I love God Loves Van Kills as like a really, like, read a few issues kind of run. I'm a really big fan of... I'm so tired. I was just touching the thing I was looking for. I'm a really big fan of Grant Morrison's new X-Men. There's a lot of like X-Men are. I'm actually really close. I have 26 more Spider-Man to get. I got one more Spider-Man I need. I did an unboxing here. I got one more since then. I'm gonna do as like a Christmas present to myself. But X-Men, I only need 95. I'm only 95 X-Men away from every X-Men in print. So that is also gonna happen likely very, very soon. People loving on Aaron's Turtles makes me very happy. Zachariah King, Corey, remember we took a picture in New York in the store after you came out of the bathroom? I tried to reach you on TikTok. Oh, dude, I remember. I had to pee so bad, and you were like, photo, and I was like, let me pee first. Yeah, New York was an awesome trip. It was so nice to meet you. I do not open DMs anywhere, man. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I am not a DMable person. I don't. In there scares me. People are angry. Tell me. Well, I'll read my chat if you want to get in touch with me, Zachariah. I'll read here. Uncanny X-Men, so good. Look at that art. It's beautiful. It's like a classic cover. I love how just immediately classic this cover is. Thing of beauty. Love it to death. Which DC villains get their own absolute? Lex Luthor all day, twice on Sundays. Lex Luthor, whenever he's got a solo title and someone great's writing it, it just adds so many layers to that character. Sinestro could use a rebrand, like a reawakening. So Sinestro would be cool. I'd love to see. I mean, I consider Lobo a villain of Superman's, and I love when Lobo comics are good. Those three come to mind. Cheetah, I'd love to care a little bit more about. I think Cheetah is a character that could grow on me with the right writing. When am I coming to AMC City Walk? I was there today, Diego. I was there for Grinchmas, and I popped in because I'm always curious what standees are afoot. I was there today. I love AMC City Walk. I usually go to Burbank, but City Walk's pretty dope. This is Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man 60. Bunch of artists in here collabing on the end of Zeb Wells' run. Gonna go ahead and put that with those other two Spider-Mans. Let's see. Absolute Lobo or Brainiac would be insane, right? Brainiac's one of my favorite villains. I'd love an Absolute Brainiac. That is a great call. Need to get back on Amazing Spider-Man, sitting on stack around 500. Kind of fell off during COVID, ironically. Yeah, 500 is a lot, man. That's crazy. I have a P.O. box. If you email my manager, who's in all my inquiries at Corey John, it's a thing on all my socials. They'll tell you the P.O. box. That's the best bet. You weren't clocked in, Diego. What were you doing? I was super pumped to find out I have a comic shop in my town. Pretty rare in the UK. Visiting tomorrow. Hell yeah. Let me know in the comments what you end up getting. Comment on this video tomorrow what you end up getting. Batman versus Batman. This was a cool little story with Failsafe. And Failsafe was like all of the failsafes that Batman would ever do for Justice League members, but for himself. So Batman fighting his worst fear of Batman untethered. How do you stop that? This is a fun little thing. I liked the earlier stuff from Zdarsky more, but I liked this concept more than some of the delivery. But really consistent overall run. Really excited to see what comes next in Batman. But Zdarsky is one of those writers I just really adore all of his stuff. Listed in such a great year for Superman content. You're goddamn right. I totally agree. 90s Lobo, only missing issues 38 and 39. Lobo is awesome. I totally agree. Let's see. Thank you, Samil. That's very kind. Yeah, if you email my team, they have PO boxes. I don't know the PO box number off the top of my head. That is very kind. You don't have to send me anything. I very much appreciate it. That is very sweet. Jason Marbach. Gotta keep short because, bro, dude, I know the world's expensive. You guys sending me anything is always flabbergasting to me. I can't believe I have an audience, much less people want to send super chats. That's why I try to get to as many regular chats as I can, because I understand. Thank you for sending anything. Fuck, that means a lot. Is there a book you know of that's formatted like a graphic novel, but is full-blown prose with lots of full-page illustrations and high-quality art, like tabletop plus graphic novel plus full-blown novel? There's some work by Mobius and Jorowski, the artist that did the Dune illustrations from Humanoid. I'm trying to think of the title. Check out the Incal, INCAL. Check out some Humanoid stuff. You look at Humanoid's books. Those sound like what you're describing. It's a really cool publisher. Mark Waid works them sometimes. They have some really cool high art, like high art, and they write in that format. So that might help you check out Humanoids. And then look at more indie stuff. Humanoids is a really good niche thing. But yeah, I think that's your best bet for that style. I also sometimes Boom plays around with formats. Saga's really cool. I mean, this is a comic. This is a pure comic. But Saga's really cool because it is comic book style, and then there's dialogue in the comic, but then there's a story that is being written by the young girl that's an adult in the future, and those are written in journal style, so there's two narratives going on at once that I think is really cool. It's not like what you're describing, but I think it's a cool use of comics, and I was already holding a Saga, so I had to, give that some love. Jordan Garza, I do art, not to the point where I feel confident in posting, so as soon as someone who I know appreciate art, especially comic-related stuff, I'm going to tag you in my work. Working on Plastic Man right now. Hell yeah, Plastic Man is dope. Danica, I love Danica. Comic Girl 19 did a weekly and called Reader-a-thon on her Twitch channel. Might be on YouTube. Dude, she is, she's got great insight into the world of Dune and that kind of art and stuff. Me and my girlfriend was in the store. Hell yeah, Zachariah. That's awesome. Took that picture. I froze when I asked you so much stuff, and I was super thankful to take a picture. Dude, any live chat stuff, man. Always throw questions in here. I am a question away as best I can be. I have Sergeant Rock book suggestions. I certainly do. I honestly, Sergeant Rock, I would go back to like literally #1, because Sergeant Rock is one of those characters that like so many different creators wanted to like take hold of him, kind of like Daredevil, that he became like the guy you fought to, you know, take over back in the day. We're talking like, you know, the 60s. So I would go back to his first appearance is our Army at War number 83. I don't know if you need to go that far back, but I would go back to the 60s. You can also check out his #1, which was like 61, and I think you'll find some good stuff there. But yeah, that's what I'd recommend. Let's see. Started a new job, so I finally able to get back. That's so kind. What if the new What If Galactus series started soon? Who's someone you'd love to see become a herald that hasn't before? I love that Spider-Man's been a herald, but I'd love to see someone even more obnoxious like Deadpool. I'd love Deadpool as a herald. I'd love someone that's kind of a stick in the mud, like someone who's been a Phoenix, like Mr. Cyclops as a herald, going with you know, the morality of what he has to do. I think that would be interesting. I would love to see Squirrel Girl as a herald, because she's even beaten Doom, so I wonder what she would do in situations like that. You know, there's a lot of characters. Hit Monkey, Herald of Galactus, goddamn right, love that. What's up, Quaker at the DC Gig? Thank you very much, Chad. Scott Welsh, I appreciate that very much, man. That means a lot. Janelle Johnson is giggling. Do you think they could do any truth to number Korean Huntress films? I don't know. Everything's a rumor until, you know, James Gunn, because like the internet just says shit for clicks, so I don't know. I don't believe anything until I actually hear it myself. I didn't love Ultimate Deadpool, not gonna lie to you. Was not my cup of tea. You know what it is though? Ultimate Spider-Man. I think that's one of the only iterations of Deadpool that did not feel like they got the character at all, and that's crazy because Ron Michael Bendis is one of my favorite writers of all time, and he really gets most characters I love, so I was really shocked how much I did not like that. But what are you gonna do? Jeff as a herald, dude. Land Shark Jeff is one of my favorite characters that should not work but always does. Kelly Thompson, whenever Jeff pops up and Kelly Thompson is like writing, I'm always like, how is this character still so funny to me? Amazing Spider-Man number 50. I think it's volume 4 at this point. There's been a few number 50s, but look at that beautiful cover by McGinnis. Did not love this run, but I did love that McGinnis art. Oh, look at this beauty right here. Guys, we got a Berserker Chromium number 1. This is by the beautiful Ron Garney, one of my favorite artists of all time. Ron Garney is an absolute genius. I am so proud to call him a friend now. He is responsible for co-creating, along with Charles Soule, the villain of Daredevil Born Again. So I would check out Charles Soule and Ron Garney's Daredevil run before that comes out next year. This is his very, very beautiful work by the great Ron Garney, as written by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kent. Janelle Johnson's giggling because I met her boyfriend Zachariah, who was a delight. I am honored to be his favorite YouTuber. He was such a sweetheart. I'm glad we met. Jaden Stevens, hey Coy, love the channel and all the positivity you spread. Just wanted to show some love and congrats on the role with DC. Very deserved. Thank you, Jaden. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I never read YouTube comments outside of my page anymore, or I try not to. I slip sometimes because I'm human, but I try not to because the internet sucks and people are mean. But this is a very, very cultivated, positive environment. I will happily block people, and I just like joy. The world's dark. I want this to be joy, because there's plenty to be upset about. This comics and movies aren't any of that. So I went around and actually read comments about the announcement on Game X number 2. Beautiful cover. And even Reddit was nice to me. The actual positivity was shocking. I did not expect that unilateral of kindness, so thank you, especially on YouTube. It has been so kind and so appreciated. I work my butt off. I read a lot, and I do a lot. And most of it's for free or for a couple bucks. So to have something get noticed that is so small to some and so big to me meant a lot. So I really, really appreciate that. X-Men number 1, that art I was telling you, Ryan Stedman, beautiful stuff. Yeah, it's meant a hell of a lot that I've gotten these opportunities, and that's in large part thanks to you, lovelies. That, I believe, is going to do it. Detective Chimp Love, man, I feel like Detective Chimp would be an awesome addition to Gunn's DC and right up his alley. I feel like Detective Chimp is, like, inevitable. I hope we get Detective Chimp. I'm a huge fan. Eli Mullins, thank you very much. It was great to meet you at the Twisters premiere, man. Do I listen to music reading comics? I do not. I have to retain so much. Like, I have to, like, remember what's happening at all times. So I can't multitask when I'm reading. It has to be an actual focus. So I like listening to music in the gym, when I'm driving, when I'm cleaning, but I don't do it when I'm doing work-based tasks. So I personally don't. MF Doom is a great choice, though. The last one I'm going to bag and board is an issue of Grimm. Grimm is from Boom Studios, and this, I believe, I was hoping I could find it, I think this is a Wes Craig cover. Wes Craig is the genius artist behind Deadly Class. Beautiful cover. I love it. Do I want to collect runs you aren't enjoying for the sake of completing the collection? Ultimate X-Men just to have them all. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I still am collecting Ultimate X-Men for now. It is for that. When I wasn't loving Spider-Man, it was hard because I was like, I'm giving money to a run I don't love. I'm voting with my wallet, and it's killing me. I have not read One Piece. I am doing well tonight, Victor. I want to do a live stream with you guys because I wanted to celebrate the DC News and give some love to everyone showing love back. And that was the bagging and boarding portion. Let's talk about the comics that are coming out this very week, and then let's boogie on out of here, you lovelies. It's going to be the last section, so if you guys are interested in the comics coming out this week, the ones that dropped 2 days ago on the 4th, oh, my buddy just texted me. My buddy Yuri's this high. That makes me happy. He's in all right, we got this week. This is from League of Comic Geeks. This is in their order, not mine. Batman 155, Absolute Superman number 2. So if you haven't picked up issue 1, get after 1. You're only 2 behind as of this Wednesday. Love that title. Batman also, like I said, killing it. The Ultimates number 7, Action Comics 1078, X-Men number 8, Miles Morales number 27, The Avengers 21, Wolverine number 4, Poison Ivy 28, love that Poison Ivy title, Birds of Prey number 16, very consistent book as well, Batgirl number 2, I really liked that first Cassandra Cain issue last month, X-Force number 6, NYX number 6, one of my favorite post-Krakoa books from Jackson Lansing and Clark Kelly, JSA number 2, Shazam number 18, we've also got this week, Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider number 8, all new Venom number 1, curious what that's about, Two-Face number 1, I'm very, very excited for. We've got The Scorch number 36, World by Night number 5, that DC Horror Presents number 2. David DeSmulchin recommended that book. Avengers Assemble number 4. We did a whole comic breakdown. He was so excited about that title, and then issue 1 was great. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Night Watcher number 4, Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns number 2. We also have Deadpool Wolverine Weapon Extraction number 1, DC Horror Presents Creature Commandos number 3, David DeSmulchin's Creature Commandos. Check it out, highly recommend. We've got DC's Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg, number 1. We've got Conquest 2099, number 4. We've got Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries, number 12, with the Phantasm. We've got Marvel Zombies Dawn of Decay, number 4. We've got Marvel Holiday Tales to Astonish, number 1. Dick Tracy, number 6. Nightclub 2, number 4, from Mark Miller. We also have Thundercats Apex, number 1. We have from Boom, Dune House Carino, number 8. We've got a facsimile edition of Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, number 4. Love those facsimiles for people to jump on comics they might not be reading otherwise. And that is going to do it for this week's books. I appreciate each and every one of you giving all the craps about all the comics. I'm sorry about the Vertical Live. I'm sorry that this was so chaotic, but this has been an absolute pleasure as always. I agree, Ash and Wax was fantastic this week. That is going to do it, you absolute lovelies. Next time we do a live, it's going to be a full hour. Next time we do a live, it's going to be horizontal. Next time we do a live, it's going to feel intentional. But this was Friday afternoon. I wanted to get you guys my favorite comics before I didn't have them to give. Once again, they're Absolute Wonder Woman number 2, Batman Silent Night Returns number 1, Black Canary Best the Best number 1, Detective Comics number 1091, I believe it was. We got Green Arrow number 18, Grommets number 6, Justice League number 1, Superman number 20, and West Coast Avengers number 1. Check those out. Very approachable, very good books. I am going to be out of here. There will be a little chaos next time. I like Ghost Spider because Spider-Woman is Jessica Drew to me. Quick question. Tell me how to start your YouTube channel and keep on being consistent. Oh, how do I keep being consistent? I love sharing art So it has to come from a place of like, I say it all the time. Like I only make like $5, $6 on comic videos. I make like $20 on YouTube reviews. It's not a profitable thing for the first couple of years. This is like almost year one. I had a fan base of people from other networks, but I started this channel like in earnest in April. So I'm almost at 3/4 of a year. It's only now starting to make money. So I bring that all up because you have to have another reason to do it. My reason to do it is to bring positivity to the cesspool that is fandom. I love fandom, conceptually. I don't love what fandoms become. So I want to bring positivity to fandom, and no one else will. I have to, right? So you gotta have a reason to do it. You gotta have a thing you love, and you gotta have a passion beyond money because it's not gonna be profitable for a while. So consistency comes from, if I don't, I'm like, who else will? So it's like I feel a great responsibility. And comics taught me that with great power just turned off, and great running out of power on your laptop, and great accidental vertical live stream, and great chaos, but with the great responsibility to want to spread positivity in fandom, you have to use that power. And consistency comes from just wanting that to be what the internet is. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You are the reason DC knew to find me. It was a video on this page. So that's another thing. You never know what's going to be seen by someone. I did a video about Superman, and it was received well. You never know. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to have a weekend. I am so very tired. You guys check out the YouTube version of The Max Show. Check out the Max version of The Max Show. Check it out on Spotify, iHeartRadio. Stream it, play it, replay it, comment on it. Let's grow that thing. I want to keep doing it forever. So let's make sure it's a hit. You guys are the way it's going to be a hit. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. That is going to do it, you lovelies. I did get to every super chat, I believe. I want to make sure, because that would be a monstrous. That's like the thing I always promise. Thank you again to Jaden Stevens. I think that was the last one. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And I froze anyway. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. All right. If I missed anyone, I will make sure to recap on the next one. But I think that's everybody. Much love, you lovelies. I'll see you soon. Less chaos next time. Not no chaos. Let's be real. It's me. But less chaos. All right. Have a good weekend. Do something awesome. I appreciate y'all very much. Bye.